drives. في واحد رجليه زي الحديد على الاكسلريتر، يحط رجله وما يرفعهاش. وفي واحد تاني يا دوبك بالراحه خالص، وفي واحد تاني يفرمل كل شويه، وفي واحد راكب الفرمله، وفي واحد مش عارف يعمل ايه. So the real efficiency in your hands as a driver does not reflect normally what the efficiency gains are. Then there's a question on the electrical side, question of battery life. لأن batteries have a finite life. لو أنا عندي battery pack، مش بطارية واحدة، a battery pack which gives me somewhere between 360 to 380 volts in the vehicle, that has a life. لما أجي أغير الباك ده كزبون، أنا صاحب العربية وهروح صيانة وأغير الباك ده ثمنه كام؟ How often do I have to pay, let's say, $5,000 per change of the battery pack? And then there's a question, fundamental question of the balance between the power to energy ratio for a battery. A battery in general, you either design for power or you design for energy capacity, but in this application you need both. So you raise one, you compromise the other, and vice versa. ولذلك that's still an open issue. Okay. يمكن أنا اديت حتة كويسة على hybrids، وبعدين جيت في الآخر بينت الإيشوز بتاعتها، بس دايما كده إحنا as researchers and engineers we have to keep an open mind. What are the pluses and what are the minuses and what are the open issues? From my viewpoint, whether I agree or not, or whether Trudy agrees or not, or whether Toyota is right or not, or whether the whole world is heading towards hybrid or not, is not the issue. Think about one step further. At the end of the day, I think propulsion is going to be purely electric, by and large in personal mobility. It's the only way to do zero emissions is not to emit anything. And the nice thing about electricity is that you don't emit things out of the tailpipe, at least. You emit other stuff, and for the very pure at heart, هنتكلم بقى على حاجات تانية. But okay, so in that sense, is today's technology that is being advocated the wrong technology? No. If it is not the final answer, if it is just a stopgap measure, directionally it is correct. هيتبني عليها بعد كده ليه؟ The energy sets in terms of material, rare earth magnets, for example, things like magnet quench, which is a rare earth material based on rare earth materials, which have given tremendous jumps in efficiency for motor generator units. In power electronics, which are at the heart of the integration of the system. And by the way, power electronics engineers, people who know how to design them and design them well, okay, are few in the world, and they're sought after. Battery improvement, real-time electronic controls, which is how do I get my controls on board and in ways in which I can do what the customer wants to do, what the driver wants to do, and make the vehicle play to the command, but yet stay true to my energy and emissions requirements. Then, as usual, and keep this in mind because this is your future, ladies and gentlemen, the integration issues. The days when successful people were those that design a thing or a subsystem are done. People do that all over the place. The real successful people are the people who are able to integrate those things together in ways that are effective in terms of efficiency, performance, and a whole bunch of other criteria. And by the way, this is not trivial. This is not slapping Mahdi. And for those of you or in the software business, you know quite well what happens if you have a piece of software that's supposed to coordinate two systems together and that interface. The interface, which is the relationship between two subsystems, is not absolutely efficient, robust, and cannot be fooled. This is a skill that is going to be a very important one as we move into the future. Okay, so that was what I wanted to tell you about hybrids. I thought it was a reasonable balance between the engineering view, the science view, the technology issues involved, and where the technology is going, and I'd be happy to take questions.
أنا بس عايز أتأكد إن أنا فهمت بالظبط محاضرة حضرتك عايز تقلل التلوث تمام باستخدام الوقود العادي اللي احنا يعني الفيول الأساسي اللي احنا بنستخدمه في الإنجن هو الوقود العادي اللي احنا بنستخدمه ده؟ الديزل فيول أو كده؟
نعم. ده أوبشن موجود بس ده موضوع
مش القصد أنا بتكلم يعني حضرتك عايز تقلل البليوشن تمام؟ وزود الافشنسي في نفس الوقت.
ما انا بزود الافشنسي عشان اقل هم اقل البليوشن.
تمام الفيولز ذات نفسه اللي حضرتك هتستخدمه في الانجن ايه الاوبشنز اللي حضرتك
الاوبشنز اللي موجوده كفايه هم الجاسولين في بايوماس فيولز زي الاثينول في ناتشورال جاس في هيدروجين الثلاثه الاولانيين البايوماس is sustainable بس الثلاثه الاولانيين are carbon based. الهيدروجين can be non-carbon based. You don't have a carbon atom in there. You get rid of the CO2 question, the CO2 problems with that. Once you get rid of the C, you get rid of a lot of the other stuff. Okay? Then you've got the hydrocarbons and the oxides of nitrogen. Once you get the oxides, the sulfur down, then a whole bunch of other issues disappear. Fuels allow little options. If you're going to use an internal combustion engine, you have either reformulated fuels out of biomass, you have the regular gasoline, you have the regular diesel, or you have hydrogen.
طب في تلك الحالة المفروض في الصناعة بيبقى في اختيار اقتصادي عادة. يعني بنقول ان احنا ناخد الهيدروجين مثلا لسبب معين وناخد الجازولين لسبب معين واكيد كل واحد منهم يبقى ليه ديزاين مختلف تماما عن الثاني يعني.
The good news is an internal combustion engine in its current form is a genius. يعني صدقني أنا عديت 15 سنة driving a whole bunch of researchers to find me and حاجة تانية. Okay? Whoever invented it and perfected it. But the issue there becomes the combustion process. اللي بيحصل فوق الكباست في combustion chamber. And by and large, the changes that are needed for use of one fuel or the other are not too many. In fact, النهارده on the road today, there are cars that would use either ethanol or gasoline.
لكن لو خدنا options الهيدروجين يبقى احنا دخلنا في موضوع تاني خالص كده.
Hydrogen, I can take and there are cars by the way who are running on hydrogen بس دول just for show. يعني انت لو رحت